Hi friends. Today I'm going to share a little bit about alchemizing the mother wound, because we did just have Mother's Day yesterday. And yesterday I did send super loving messages to my mom. Just things I'm grateful for that she taught me, like to walk in the woods without a flashlight, to gaze at the moon, to go on night canoe rides with snacks, and to sing with my whole soul and my whole heart. Before I get into things, I want it to be known that I love my mom. I'm proud to have her as my mom, and no matter what has happened, I do believe that everything does happen for a reason. And she got back to my message. She had mentioned that she was sorry for some mistakes that she made, and she was glad that I could remember some good and beautiful things of her, And I just told her, every mistake, like, I love you, like, every mistake that you made helped teach me too, and like every mistake that people make and that we make, it's like we basically are putting ourselves on the line so that other people could kind of see, like, oh, I don't want to do it that way, like that way causes pain for the person experiencing it and for others around it. I'm gonna find a different way. So it's really brave to make big mistakes in front of others. It's really brave to be a mom, but it wasn't always easy. It's still not easy. That's okay. We were talking too, it's like we both agreed it's not easy. It doesn't get easier. You just expand. You just expand your ability to perceive with the eyes of love. And you expand your ability to act from that place. No mother is perfect, no daughter is perfect, We're all trying our best to learn and move with love, but I will share some hard truths on here, just so that those with hard truths cannot feel so alone in healing. So I'll just say a few things. Some of my earliest memories of my mom was of her, hitting me in the face for staring into space and getting lost in my own imagination when I was a little girl. And and I do believe people treat each other the way that they were treated. And my mom witnessed things, violent acts from my dad, and didn't stand up for me. Like, for example, he would choke me until I couldn't breathe. And she would, so basically, I'll just say the story. She would just be like a stander by, she didn't have the strength to stand up to my dad or stand up for me. And it always ended up being like my responsibility to forgive and to heal everybody, which it is. It's all our personal responsibility. But in this particular story, like, my dad choked me against the wall because I didn't want to move. We were on the boat and my back was hurting and I wanted to lay down, and he choked me because he asked me to do something and I didn't want to do it. And then, like, my sister was there and her friend was there, my mom was there, but it's like people were like not feeling good about what happened, but basically my dad was crying in my lap at the end of the night, and I was the one who had to comfort him for his mistake. And it's like I didn't get the soft landing that I needed a lot of times. It was always on me. Not always, it happens to everybody, but it was on me in big and small ways to always be the bigger person, even when I needed someone to hold me, you know. And you know, like my mom she was addicted to pills, and she was drinking on pills like Xanax and other antidepressants and things, so she wasn't really very present for most of it. So things were hard, and it took me a long time to see that my mom was actually trying her best, and that the way that she moved through pain is not up for me to judge, and it's also not my burden to carry, which I feel like they're the same thing. Like when you're judging somebody, you're basically taking on their burden, when really if you love somebody, then you don't have to take on their burden, and you just get to love them, and you get to be in that space of love, you know. And it's not about toxic positivity either. There were many times I was screaming my lungs out, you know. There were many times I said unkind and unempathetic things towards my mother, you know. But we've come to this place. I came to this place where it was like, I can no longer carry this. There is no part of me that wants to carry this anymore, this pain. And it's really just the weight of pain that it's like put me into surrender. I had to choose. It's like, am I going to be angry about this forever? Or am I going to be loving forever? Because I get to make that choice. And, you know, of course, still sometimes things come up and we have to face them. But overall, I feel that I'm doing better about choosing love. And in that place, I can see my mom, you know, for all that she is. And it's an important relationship to heal. There were many years where I didn't talk to my mom at all. And recently, this past year, on Thanksgiving, I told her a hard truth about my dad, sexualizing me and doing other things. And she told me that her dad did the same thing to her, and that I should stay quiet. And now, I already knew that, because I had already experienced some things. I see the patterns, and I just have a knowing. I could just tell that some fuck shit went down. And she's like still in this place of not being able to let go of the man, my dad. And I still respect that. I respect everybody's choices, you know. But I practice a lot. I practice a lot of loving and forgiving. And one meditation I want to share with you is when people do like unforgivable things, or sometimes it feels like their non-action is unforgivable. You know, you feel like you're left in this place and you're left in this hurt that you don't have the tools for. And I just want you to know that you do have the tools, and you just have to, in your heart, genuinely want to forgive, and genuinely want to let it go, and genuinely want to live in a loving way. And that doesn't mean you don't scream it out. That doesn't mean you don't cry for hours. That doesn't mean that, you know, you're nice all the time. It means you're authentic. Well, one meditation that I did, and that I sometimes do, but this was really powerful for me this one time. I got into a meditative state. I took nice deep breaths. So we can just do it together really quick if you want. You just breathe in Exhale. Breathe in. Hold. Exhale. Okay, keep your eyes closed here. And I want you to imagine your mother sleeping. Okay? You know, innocent, just sleeping, resting. And I want you to send love to her. I want you to send love to her. If that feels right. If it doesn't feel authentic to you, then just try again later. That's okay. And I'm going to bring through some light language for you to feel safe to forgive, because sometimes it doesn't feel safe to forgive. It feels like if I let this go, then I'm condoning it, and that's not true. So I'm going to bring through some cards for you. Right now, I'm just letting my third eye listen to the sun. Aklahanara. Inestafi nakamamwake. Vareketanashte he. Mawahai. Ieshtemehela. Akamahalakate. Ieketemehamwa. I am safe to forgive. I am safe in my body. Other people's actions and non-actions are not a reflection of what I'm like. I'm lucky to be alive. And I remember the space before I was born, and the place after I die here. That place that doesn't know any pain. I am safe to forgive. I am safe to love. I respect that others' decisions are theirs. I love. I take nothing personally. I am brave enough to face the pain that is the truth sometimes. Sometimes the truth is very painful. I am brave enough to recognize that. I'm also brave enough to move on back into love. Because I choose joy fiercely. choose love fiercely against all odds. And I love my mom no matter what. And I hope that this has helped you get into your body, get into a way of forgiveness if your personal relationship with your mother is not easy. And I wish the best for you. Reach out to me if you are interested in personal healing, okay? You got this. Bye.